This is the late evening of Wednesday, the 31st day of December 2025. I think this is the last day of 2025. Wow, it's so emotional to think and know that this year is gone. And this is 2026. And this is me saying Happy New Year to you all. What I'm wishing everyone in this new year is to remain safe, a safe life, just the ability to remain alive, because the enemies are moving around seeking for who to devour. This is the sad reality. It's unfortunate again that we are still entering 2026 without hope that something will be done. Apart from the US intervention, there is no hope that someone, an individual, the government, or an institution could come and change the situation in Nigeria. Now, the sad reality in this 2026 is that a lot of people who believed that the security agencies and the government would do something in 2025, they are already disappointed. Our wish, our prayer is that everyone remains safe, everyone have a good life. But it's so unfortunate that what we call a good life is also a bad life to people. One thing I want to tell you in this 2026, you must make up your mind to accept the reality. How many years are you going to, try something that is not going to work? 2026, what I want you to do is to change your thinking, change the way you see things. We've got to face the reality. You get it? We've got to face the reality. Like, we have to be real. We must be real in this 2026. If not, everything will just remain. There is nothing that is going to change. We must tell ourselves the truth. Now, you know why I said that we must remain real? A lot of people have been deceived in this 2025, 2024 and the past years that somehow the government will be able to curb the insecurity. But I have, what I call the three miracles of the Nigerian government that the citizens cannot understand up to today. What are the three miracles? One is the sponsor of Boko Haram. Like, the people who are sponsoring Boko Haram or people who sponsored Boko Haram are in the government. That is the first miracle. And these people pave way for other Boko Haram members to be recruited into the Nigerian army, and they infiltrated the government. That is the first miracle. I know why I call it a miracle. Okay. The second one is the importation of these people they call bandits, Fulani militia from Sahel. They admitted all these things I'm saying. Okay, I'm not just speculating or I'm saying what is not real. This is what they have admitted that they did. So that is the second miracle, because I am calling it miracle because it can never happen anywhere in the world where politicians, people you call your leaders, import terrorists to kill you, and you remain like, I'm sorry to use the word, dumb, to be thinking that the same people who imported people to kill you will be able to solve the same situation. I call it a miracle because I can't even understand how people, were able to stay without questioning the reality. No questions at all, like the activists, the elites, everybody just back off. Nobody's talking about that. Now, the third miracle is the importation of Nakurawa terrorists. You see, Nakurawa terrorists, they are affiliated with ISIS now. And the first US strike was against these Nakurawa terrorists who are affiliated with ISIS in Sokoto State. Now, I was listening to Christopher Musa on Chinese television. That was 2024. He was then the Chief of Defense Staff, yes, CDS. So he was saying that the government invited, he used the word, let me not misquote him, okay? He used the word, the government invited the Nakurawa terrorists. And when they came, they were like friendly people, like they were their friends. This was the exact word Christopher Musa used on Chinese television. Thank God that he is still alive. So I cannot say what someone who is alive did not say. He is in the position of authority. So if he is not the one that said it, he will arrest me. So I know what I'm talking about. So he said when these people came, that they were not violent, they were friends. So that statement Christopher Musa made when he was CDS, because of that, so I started trying to figure out actually who are these Nakurawa terrorists. So some of my friends who are in Sokoto State, they did some investigation, that was then, and they discovered that these Nakurawa terrorists are the people who came under the government, and they were teaching people what to eat, what you should not eat, how to wear the clothes you are not supposed to wear, like the Sharia kind of a thing. So they were teaching them the dictates of Sharia. That was what they brought these Nakurawa people to do. Now, fast track, Just like what happened to the Boko Haram issue that Femi Falana gave us the story that Boko Haram, Ademodu Sheriff, that handed over to Kashin Shetima, appointed Boko Haram members as a commissioner of religious affairs for the implementation of Sharia. So when the Boko Haram members saw that, oh, these people are not ready to implement Sharia in Nigeria in a full form, so they've got to take weapon and start fighting to implement that Sharia. Do you understand? Pay attention. Now, the same thing happened with these Nakurawa people. So these Nakurawa people now, what they did when they saw that you people, invited us to start teaching people Sharia in the intention that we are expecting that Nigeria is just turning into a Sharia state. But unfortunately, the reason why you people, invited us, we are seeing something different entirely. So they have to, go to the bush. They marry many of their sisters and they built house in the bush. They dug boreholes in the bush, beautiful houses in the forest. So they started treating them bad because they have not been able to be loyal to the dictates of Sharia. They expected to meet Nigeria as a Sharia country. So these are the symbiotic relationship between these terrorists and the politicians. And that is why someone like Sheikh Ahmed Gumi will come out to tell you that these people are our people. They are going nowhere. They are going nowhere. That is where the thing came from. These people are our people. We invited them to teach. Now, who violated the agreement? It was the politicians. They told them that, Nigeria is Islamic State. Come and help people to teach the dictates of Sharia. And they came. What they saw was totally different thing entirely. So that is why the issue of insecurity in Nigeria cannot be curbed. Again, remember what senators said. I have the whole clips of everything I'm saying. So one senator was talking when this issue was heating up, even after Trump made that statement. So I could remember one senator saying that we all know the problem. He said that we negotiate or we fight them once and for all. Why are we pretending? Why are we wasting time? Oh my goodness. You see, Nigeria cannot work. There is a big problem. So in 2026, make up your mind, like you have to face the reality. You have to face the reality. APC government are terror sponsor party. They are terrorists, personified, if I may say so. Later wonder, Canadian court designated APC and PDP as terrorist organizations. So their hands have been soaked with blood. There is nothing they did not do like. So make up your mind in this 2026 to face the reality. Don't deceive yourself at all, okay? Don't deceive yourself thinking that everything is going to get better. Now, the last thing I'm going to say here, I know a lot of you will still ask, what is the solution? What is the solution? There are two solutions. One solution is for the betterment of everyone. And another solution is for the betterment of the people who are importing these terrorists for them to come and teach Sharia. Don't forget that Sani Yerima, 3-time senator and 2 times governor of Zamfara State, said it is the ambition of the whole Muslims in Nigeria to make Nigeria a Sharia state. So, one solution is total Islamization of Nigeria. A terrorist on TikTok told me this. He said, if you people want peace in Nigeria, it is very easy. Just accept Islam. Now, this guy, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. This small boy. I call him small boy because I know that this guy knows nothing. The government allowed them to be using TikTok, because these people are their foot soldiers. That everybody got to convert to Islam for peace to reign. I have the call recording. I have the phone number. Okay? Any call I'm having with people, I have the call recording. It is matter of going back to the date, and with the number, I bring out the whole call recordings. Do you get me? Now, that is one solution, total Islamization of Nigeria, where people will become slave under them. That is number one. And God forbid, it will never happen, and it can't happen. The second solution that will be better for everybody is total dismantling of this colonial arrangement. This is harsh for people's ear. This is harsh because your brother is a president or your brother is a senator, your brother is even a local government chairman. You are benefiting from this, from government. You are benefiting. Without government, you don't even think of generational. So that is why when you hear about dismantling this colonial system, it will be harsh to your ear. But that is the reality, because after wasting time for let me say next 100 years, if anything, everything remain like this, these two things, one must happen. Yeah, as time goes on, one must happen. It's either Nigeria remain totally Islamized or Nigeria remain totally dismantled. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying. The reason why we continue to talk about this separation is because these terrorists, ask them, what do you want? Why are you killing? Why are you terrorizing? It's simple. It is simple. They want a Sharia state. They want a Sharia country. Anyway, Happy New Year to you all. The reason why I'm making this video is that I want you to face the reality in 2026. I don't want you to be deceived. I just want you to face the reality. Face what that matters. Anyway, I wish to see you a few hours from now, a new year if you're in Nigeria. Have a nice day.